everyone, so this is what my dressing room is looking like at the moment. So over here I've got like a really big white mirror which I'm going to keep. I've got these built-in wardrobes as well. These were here when we actually bought the house, so we're not going to change them for this like mini renovation because they are actually really handy. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned on previous vlogs, but basically we're actually going to be knocking this room out. We're hoping to get an extension which pushes this wall a couple of metres back. So that's why we're not going to spend very much money on it. So I'm not going to change the carpets or anything like that until we do the extension. So yeah, I'm just going to be kind of making it look a little bit prettier at the moment. Up here I've got a pink lampshade as well, which I think I got from Dunelm Mill. Yeah, it was like 2 years ago when we first moved in. This was one of the first rooms to be finished. But yeah, I kind of just want a different colour. I'm just a little bit pinked out. So I just want to, I mean, it's beautiful wallpaper. The wallpaper is really pretty. It's like damask that's got sort of like little speckles in there, so it catches the light. But yeah, I was actually going to panel the whole of this wall. I'm still undecided. The only thing that like puts me off is the fact that obviously this wall is going to get knocked out anyway. So yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you what it's looking like at the moment. And then I've got a really big pink chair, which I think I'm actually going to I think I'm going to sell this chair actually. It's a little bit wonky, but if you sit on it the right way, it's not. Sorry, you can see all my wires and stuff down here. It's because I moved this dressing room around and it just doesn't work this way around. It looks really messy, so that's like another reason why I'm going to change it. All down here I've got all fake tan marks and makeup all over the bottom of this wall, which is disgusting, so this definitely needs to be painted. Up here as well we've got a black blind. This blind was here when we first moved in. So again, I'm not going to change the blind because obviously these windows are all going to go and stuff. So I don't know how long that's going to be till that happens. So I don't want to change the blinds. I'm just going to keep the blinds as they are. And then over here, so this is obviously a room that there's a big bit of fake tan on the floor. Don't look at that. This is where we put all our like dirty washing and stuff like that. And then I've got all of my key rings. I actually collect key rings. It's like something my granddad used to do and I've kind of like continued it. But I think I'm going to try and find another way to store these. So if you have like another idea that's not so like cluttered, please let me know because I'd be really interested to know like how other people store theirs. Sorry, and then down here I've got this orchid that I got from Home Bargains. This is a fake one, and then Russ actually got me this one delivered the other day from Waitrose. Tiki loves playing with it. She keeps like getting all the dirt out of it and like spreading it around the dressing table, which is really annoying. And then I've got a Jo Malone candle down there. And then over here I've got I've obviously got a really big mirror which I really love. This is from B&Q, and obviously my dressing table is like the dressing table that everyone has from IKEA. And then I've got two makeup brush holders there, another mirror which is the one I actually use to do my makeup, and this ornament from Disneyland Paris that Ross bought me. So yeah, it's a really nice size space, and I work in here at the moment as well as like using it as my dressing room. It's just the pink. Obviously all of the paintwork needs to be refreshed because we didn't actually paint when we first moved in. Oh yeah, sorry, I've actually got a shelf up here as well. This is something that I'm reviewing. But yeah, here's like my perfumes and stuff like that. I just want to make it look a little bit more like less, or more or less. I want to make it look like a little bit cleaner and a little bit like, maybe it should help if I actually put the light on. Who knows what's going to happen, but yeah, I'm going to start stripping these walls and getting rid of this wallpaper because I'm over it. I loved it when we first put it up, but now I just really want to change it. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like after. Hello everyone. I'm actually going to be attempting to panel this wall today, which is something I've wanted to do for the longest time. Literally I've been saying it probably for like maybe 9 months. I've been saying how much I love paneling. And I've not been brave enough to do it, and then I was going to ask somebody to come and do it for me, and then I watched so many videos of people just doing it themselves. I thought, do you know what, because the wall was going to go anyway, I might as well just like have a go and just see how I get on with it. So yeah, I stripped the wall yesterday. It literally took me like 5 minutes to strip the wallpaper off. I left the lining paper on because I actually drew out like where all the panels are gonna go. So I wanted the lining paper for that. And then, so today, what I've got to do, basically, I'll go around the houses again. Right, so what I've got to do is I've got to go to B&Q and get like all the little bits and pieces that I need for the panelling. I also need to pop to my mum's as well because I need to borrow her steamer. I need to look at like paint colours and stuff in B&Q, which I'm going back in the list. I'm not making any order whatsoever. And then I'm just gonna like see what happens. I'm just gonna see where the afternoon takes me, kind of thing. So if I pop into any shops and stuff as well, I'll show you what I get, because I'm looking for some new bits for my dressing room. So I'm looking for like a floor lamp. I'm gonna be selling my chair, or I'm selling my chair, or my mum's having my chair. But I need to look for a new chair. This chair's been in loads of my videos, and I've really loved it. But I'm just kind of moving away from the pink for now. I'm sure I'll end up going back there someday, but yeah, at the moment I just want a bit of a change. So I'm gonna get rid of this chair, which will be sad, but also I'm really glad to have like this space again, because I'm looking for a new chair actually, so I'm not gonna have space for very long. So I might look in Home Sense for that, but at the moment I don't want to get anything because I want to do like the decorating before I get like the furnishings and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to do today. I've rambled for like 5 minutes. Hello, right, so I am back from my little outing out. I've been out for absolutely ages. I've been out for basically 3 hours. My nose looks a bit sore. I'm actually really allergic to my mum and dad's dog. So when I see her, she really like makes me flare up and makes me like super sneezy. But anyway, so I went to B&Q. It took me forever to sort out what I needed. At the moment, B&Q are only letting you cut 4 slices or like do 4 cuts because of COVID, but he did let me off and let me have as many cuts as I needed, which was amazing. I actually have so much more than I need, so I could even do it on another wall as well. But anyway, that's a whole different thing. So I did that. That took me an hour to walk around B&Q and get all that sorted, but I felt like a proper grown-up doing it, like asking for wood to be cut. I don't know, I just felt like my granddad would be quite proud of me for like doing it myself and like persevering with it. Anyway, then I drove over to New Looks. I needed to return a pair of jeans that were too short. They were like, what were they called? Pedal pushers. Literally, they were so up my leg. Yeah, so I had to swap those over for a different size, but they didn't have my size. So I ended up returning them, and then I popped into Home Sense to see if there was anything that sort of took my fancy. Didn't really see anything. I just saw the one chair that I'm like absolutely in love with, but I can't fit in my car. So that is where I've been. And then I went to my mum and dad's house to pick up the steamer and all like the bits and pieces that I needed. So I'm actually gonna sit and just have a cup of tea and have something to eat, because I haven't eaten anything apart from a 501 bar, and I'm really getting hungry now. And I don't want to start doing this like on an empty stomach. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bung my hair up, and I think I'm just gonna put a film on whilst I do it to like pass the time a little bit. But yeah, I'm really excited. Now I've got everything I needed. Well, I think I have anyway. For anyone who's like interested in doing this, so far it's cost me about £70 for the wood. The wood was £13.97, so £14. I got 3 chops. I got 3 tubs of No More Nails. That's probably way too much, but I didn't want to have not enough and then not be able to finish it tomorrow, so I thought I'd get more anyway. And then I thought it's always handy to have it in the shed. I got some wood filler, and I got some primer and undercoat as well, because I saw in some videos that that was like the thing you needed. So I think I've got everything I need. The only things I haven't got are the actual paints that I'm going to use to decorate. I've got loads of white Dulux paint down the shed, so I'm going to use that. And also oh no, maybe I can't use that because it's wood. Okay, I might have to come back to you on that one. And the other paint that I love, which I think I'm going to use again, is Egyptian cotton, which I've got like down in the hallway. So I've got loads of that left, I think. So I think that'll be like more than enough to do like my dressing room. Okay, so we are ready to start stripping the lining paper off of this wall. What I'm going to need to do is take out like all of the big bulky things out of this room. So I'm going to put this in the other room and all these bits and pieces as well. I've got my strimmer, I've got my spirit level. Yeah, let's finally start doing it. Okay, so we've made some progress. not a lot, but a little bit of progress. I have managed to strip this blue. Oh my god. I've managed to strip the wall. I also took a little bit of the plaster out here, but it wasn't as much as like it could have been. So I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, so I'm actually so happy, but the only downside is now I have to clear up all of this mess. And this isn't fun because it's like damp and sticky. So yeah, so I'm going to clean them all up, clean up like the skirting boards and stuff. I think I'm then going to clean the wall because the wall, as I said, feels a little bit like tacky. So I've got some sugar soap, so I might go and do that as well. So a little bit more of an update now. I've brought all the wood upstairs that I need and like all the no more nails and all that filler kind of stuff. I've spread them out on the wall roughly where they're going to go. So I've got 8 blocks to use. And I've cleaned all the walls as well. I sugar soaked all of the walls and the skirting boards. So yeah, I'm going to start, I think I'm going to draw them out actually, like on, with a pencil, which we don't actually have any sharpened pencils. I've just had to do that. So I'm going to measure them all out with my pencil. So I've got like a guideline to follow. But yeah, wish me luck. Okay, so just a little quick update. I've done 3 panels so far. So far, so good. I'm actually quite surprised how good it's going. Any professional panellers out there would probably not agree with the way that I'm doing it. I'm probably not doing it right. But yeah, so far so good. I've actually just marked out all the splots on the floor that I'd like need to roll up. But so far, my spirit level is saying every one of them is like level. So fingers crossed. So yeah, I'll show you how I'm getting on. So just quickly whilst she's asleep, look, a little Tiki. She's so beautiful. She's always been around me since like she's been basically with me all afternoon whilst I've been doing all this. So I think she's just here to help and cheer me up. Right, so I'm about to do my last vertical panel. I think it's gone okay. I don't think it's gone as bad as it could have gone. Some bits of it were really easy. Yeah, it's not been too bad. We did just have an incident where we got no more nails all over the carpet, but I think we got it all out. So yeah, moving on to the very last. Oh no, I haven't got enough. I thought I didn't have enough panels there. So literally all I'm doing, if I can find my no more nails, I'm like laying out the piece of board on the floor, and I've drawn in where it needs to go on the wall already. So I'm literally just going to do like a swirly line down the panel. I'm now onto my second no more nails like tube. So let's put the last one up, well the last vertical one anyway. So I'm like pushing it right down on the skirting board so it's got something to sit on. Hello, I'm back again. So it's 8:30 now. Everything is literally just the biggest mess ever. It looks awful. But I finished my panelling and I'm so happy with it. Obviously I haven't finished the entire thing, but I have put obviously all of the panels on the wood. Panels on the wall. And I'm really happy with how it looks so far. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you what it looks like at the moment. Obviously I'm going to carry on again tomorrow. So this is what it's looking like. I'm really, really happy with it. I'm like stepping over saws and all rubbish like that everywhere. Yeah, so this is what it's looking like so far. So obviously I think when I last filmed I'd put the 8 panels in. This was the hardest thing to cut with my saw. These bits were okay, so literally I just lined them up. I wanted the joins to be like on like one of these bits rather than like in the middle of like a blank bit. So yeah, so I measured it all out. Obviously it's not like dead in the middle, but it's okay. And then I've got one over here which I try to do in the middle after. And then what I've done, I then had 2 long pieces of this oh, what's it called? It's called something. I'll leave the name of whatever it's called on the screen. I think they're called mouldings. So I actually have a bit of a funny story about those mouldings. So basically, when I was in B&Q and the guys were cutting down the wood for me, I was trying to find those top bits, those mouldings, for ages. I couldn't find them. I was walking around B&Q for like an hour. Finally found them as I was about to leave, and they only come in like just, I think there was like 2.5 meters long, or just over 2.5 meters long, and I was like, oh my god, won't be able to fit that in my car. So I went back to the woodcutters and I said to them, oh, do you cut like these as well? And they said, oh no, we don't, because they're too small for the machine. And he said, you've got two options. You can break it in half, like by putting your weight on it, and you can snap it, or you can buy one of these little saws, which looks like this, and cut it down yourself. So I went for that option, which was a little bit of an odd one for me. So yeah, I bought two of those. Those were quite expensive actually. They were like £10 per one, but they were all about that price. And to be honest, that's the design that I like the most. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get what I really want. I've waited so long to do this. I'm gonna get all the stuff that I really, really want to do it. So all in total for what I used, I ended up using 1.5 tubes of No More Nails, the panelling. I've also got a varnish and not varnish, a prep and undercoat thing as well to put on there. But anyway, so got it all to the car. The little slats of wood were absolutely fine because they're 4 foot, so they went across the back seat fine. Then I put all of the other stuff in the boot, and then I literally used the trolley and put the long like mouldings down, and I got my saw out and I cut them to fit in my car. And the frustrating thing was, where I parked, I like purposely parked so no one could park around me, or like not many people would have parked around me. However, when I got to my car, there was like 3 cars around me. I was like, for God's sake. So I had to literally hold the trolley to make sure obviously I didn't hit anyone's car with these bloody bits of wood. And I had to store it in the middle of the car park, which was really, really embarrassing. But I did it. I felt really proud of myself. I was like, I'm not just accepting that they don't fit in my car, because I needed to chop them in half anyway, so that wasn't a problem. When I chopped them, obviously they weren't even or anything like that. They were like really, really dodgy, but this time round I tried to do them as evenly as I could. But they were really, really hard to cut. They were they're MDF, no they're not, they're pine. The MDF seems so easy to cut using like my big saw. But those ones, because they've got like ridges and stuff, it just really wasn't very easy to cut them. But I think I've done it. So what I've done is I've had the straight sides like in the middle, and the sides I've cut myself on like either end, so hopefully they won't be like too visible. But I'm done for tonight, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually tidy all this up. I need to, oh also another thing I did, you can tell that I'm tired. Another thing I did is I used wood filler on all the areas where obviously things are not as even. So over on like the left hand side, obviously the walls are a bit straighter, and as I went right, I knew the walls were a little bit out, which my mum had already told me when she wallpapered, so I was already like aware that that was going to happen. So I just filled in those gaps with like a wood filler, which I saw someone recommend. So I bought the whole thing. I mean, the whole tube was like £9 or £10, and I only really needed like a tiny bit, but it doesn't matter. We've got it now if we need it for anything else. But yeah, I'm looking at it now and I'm like super proud of myself for doing it, because it was one of those that I always like imagined doing paneling or having someone come in and do it for me. But to know when I could walk in here that I did this myself, I think it's just like the biggest like bars. I just think I feel so proud of myself, and also for not just like settling for something I didn't want. I knew I really, really wanted paneling, even though it was going to be a bit harder and I had to put a bit more work into it. I knew it was what I really wanted. So if my taste change, I hope, obviously I hope it doesn't in the next 2 years, but yeah, if it does, then I don't know what I'm going to do, but hopefully it won't. But yeah, just looking at it now, I feel like my granddad used to do like carpentry and stuff, and like I know this is basic, like this isn't anything remotely hard for a lot of people, but for me it was quite a big deal. Like, so yeah, I think he would be like really glad that I gave it a go. So it's not obviously perfect, but I think for 60 quid I don't think it's too bad at all. So I'm so excited tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to sand down all of the ceiling bits, and prep and undercoat them, and then I need to start looking for the paint that I want for the rest of the room, and like start doing bits and pieces with the rest of the room. I also need to get rid of this chair because it's taking up so much room. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really tired, so I think I'm just gonna go and I've had my dinner already. Ross cooked me dinner, which was really nice. So I think I might have like a nice, really nice hot shower and just like chill in bed. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I feel so like atrocious right now. I feel like sticky and like gross and like not very attractive whatsoever, but I think it's just like one of those, when you've been doing like bits and pieces, you just never really feel like your best. But yeah, I think this is it for tonight. So this is the final look at what it's looking like. So everyone, this is my nearly kind of complete dressing room at the moment. Obviously I filmed the whole way through, so I wanted to finish it off and show you what it's looking like right now. Obviously, like anything, it's probably never going to be perfect, it's never going to be finished, but I just kind of wanted to show you because I'm so happy with it, and I just feel really like it's cozy and it's like going to be Christmassy soon as well. And yeah, I'm just really happy with it, and it hardly cost me any money whatsoever to do. So I'm going to start off over here. I painted, obviously you would have seen the previous footage, I painted the walls Egyptian cotton by Dulux, which is like one of my absolute favourite Dulux colours. So yeah, I painted the whole way around the room with that. I have got some holes here at the moment, which I'm actually going to fill at some point, and I'm going to pop this. Well, this is actually a card. Ross actually got me this when I hit 500 subscribers. So yeah, I got this frame from Poundland, and I'm going to pop it up with some command strips to go there, and I'm going to fill the rest of the holes in. Also, absolute find. I'm absolutely ecstatic about it. I picked up this brand new radiator cover from Facebook Marketplace. It is so beautiful. The lady was selling two of the exact same, but obviously I only needed the one. It literally just nearly fits, apart from the fact I didn't take into consideration the thermostat thing, so I'll have to know this like for future occasions. So it doesn't fit exactly snug to the wall yet, but we are going to cut away it so it does fit snug to the wall. I'm not going to fix it to the wall, just because if I need to get to the radiator for any reason, then I can just pull it away. But I am so happy with it. It only cost me £35, and this radiator is considered like a medium radiator, so for that price it's absolutely like amazing. We've just got a washing basket here as well. I can't really do anything with that, that kind of does need to stay there. And my little dustbin as well. And then over on here, I am going to change this up, but at the moment this is just how it's looking. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll probably see that I love gold. I'm such a gold girl in terms of like interiors and stuff. So in here I've literally just got this little white star trinket dish that I sprayed white that needs to be sprayed again because it's not sprayed very well, so I won't show you too much of that. Here I've got a decoration from Poundland from, I think it was from last year, which just says we wish you a Merry Christmas. Obviously I've got that frame there, and then if you saw one of my previous videos, it was a Poundland and Home Sense haul, I think, or no, it was the Home Bargains and Home Sense haul. I picked up this Christmas tree, which doesn't exactly fit, but I'm going with it. That was £12.99 and I absolutely love it. I'll start off with the orchid as well. Ross bought me that probably a couple of months ago now, and I've kept it alive, which is great, and I love the colour. I think it looks really, really lovely against the walls. So this chair, I love this chair. I've got such a sentimental attachment to it. When we first moved in, it was really funny. We actually bought it from Home Sense, and we'd been out shopping for things for the house, and Home Sense was one of the last shops that we went to, and we actually couldn't fit this in the car properly, so it was literally like Tetris. We was in the middle of a car park, we pulled everything out of the car to get this in first, and then like put everything else around it, and it's just like one of our happiest memories like of doing that. It was just so funny. I love this chair, and I still may give it to my mum. My mum absolutely loves it as well. There is a chair design that I really love, but I'm not 100% certain on it yet. And I'm actually looking to possibly get some kind of chaise longue with an ottoman, but this space isn't very big, so I don't know how that would all work, especially now I've got the radiator cover. But for the time being, I think it looks really, really nice. It's really comfortable. I have got some cushions on there that I've had on there for a while, and then obviously like a minky colour throw as well, or blanket for when I'm working in here and it's a little bit cold. But yeah, I really love it. I just think that on its own looks so different compared to it just being plain white. I just think it feels like super cosy. Then moving over to this area, I am going to eventually get a new blind. I wasn't going to. I managed to get paint here. The only place I got paint whilst I was painting was bloody on the blind. But it does the job for the time being. It's not, to me, I'm so used to it. I wouldn't pick a black blind myself. But yeah, it serves its purpose. But one day I will eventually get one. Just need to be measuring it accurately. Then moving over to here, this is my dressing table. Obviously this dressing table is super popular. It's the one from IKEA. And I've got a stool under there as well from, this stool is from HomeSense years and years, well yeah, when I got that chair actually. I think that was £40 in HomeSense. All in here I've got all my makeup. No, my makeup's all by here because I do my makeup using the natural light, and this is all like my hair stuff. Over here I've got all of my perfumes on a wooden frame that is from HomeSense as well. You'll see that HomeSense is pretty, I don't know, in every single room of my house. It isn't got anything in it at the moment, but I am going to put some, oh god, I am going to put some wallpaper that I've got left over from our front room, which is like a textured wallpaper. So I'm actually going to put that in the frame as like the base of the frame. I don't know, I just think it looks really nice with all my perfumes on it, and I didn't want to put them on the radiator because I don't want them to get hot. So yeah, this is kind of what it's like at the moment. Ross actually picked me up this the other day. I really one day would love a Defender. It's like a dream. And yeah, he saw it in Asda's and he picked it up for me. So yeah, that's just to remind me that one day, fingers crossed, I might get a Defender, which I'd really love in black. Over here I've got all my makeup brushes, and I've got my wax melt as well. And then my mirror is, again, I'm pretty sure they still sell the majority of this stuff. My mirror is from B&M. No, it's not. It's from B&Q. Got confused there. It's from B&Q. It's about £25. It really was not expensive at all. And I just put a bit of tinsel around it that I found when we was going through all the Christmas stuff. So, moving over to this part of the room, I've just brought down, or brought up, not down, I've brought up the floor lamp that I've got, that we had, sorry, in the conservatory. The floors in here are not level, so nothing really sits level, which isn't great, but anyway. So I put that in here, which I think makes it look really, really cozy. I am looking for another one at the moment, only because this will eventually go back down into the conservatory, and this copper colour isn't really in my dressing room, unless I was to spray it. But to be honest, I'll probably end up just trying to find one that works in here better. I think like a long thin one as opposed to like a shade, and then maybe pop it behind here or something. That's what I'm thinking. And then I've got my plugs for my extension lead and my plugs for my light. And then this big mirror was such a find. Again, it was from HomeSense. I was after this mirror for the longest time. Couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. I wanted a floor length one. And some of the ones I saw in IKEA weren't a floor length, and I really, really wanted a floor length one. And I think this is about £70, but honestly, it's like one of my absolute favourite things. I don't think I'll ever part with it. And then I've got my ring light here, which is kind of starting to break a little bit. So yeah, there's that. And then over on this side, I've got my built-in wardrobes. Again, they've got the pink handles, and I was going to change the handles and the lampshade, but because it kind of all mixed, like, I think it fits really well with the chair. I don't know, I'm not in a rush to do it. So if I happen to see any more door handles that I really like, then I'll grab them. But at the moment, I'm not in any kind of rush to do it. But leading on to the final thing, I'm actually going to do some rejigging so you can see better. Okay, so this is what my panelled wall looks like. If you're considering doing panelling, it's not that hard. It's just kind of the calculations beforehand that I think are like the hardest things. I actually ended up using some beading around the top of the panelling. I felt like it just finished it off. I didn't do any at the bottom just because I had this plug socket and I wasn't overly confident in sawing that out of a piece of wood. But I'm honestly absolutely chuffed to bits of it. Obviously I've got the Egyptian cotton colour like the whole way around the top as well. I was really undecided. I was going to actually do white up the top and Egyptian cotton on the panelling, but I don't know, I just think it's, I don't know, I'm so happy with it. And yeah, it's not cost me very much and I just think it looks so striking. It is a little bit of a shame that I have to put my mirror over the majority of it, but I just don't really have any room else, anywhere else this mirror can go, and that's like the most practical place. But yeah, this is, yeah, as I said, I've not spent very much money. Sorry, these are like bits and pieces I've moved from behind the mirror. I've not spent very much money on this. It's kind of just been something that I wanted to do and not spend a lot of money on, because as I've probably mentioned in previous videos, we're hoping to make this room a different space when we do an extension. So again, didn't want to spend a fortune, didn't replace the carpets, didn't do the blind yet, just kind of done a little mini refresh. And yeah, I'm so happy with it. I really, really love it. So yeah, as I said, if you're even thinking that you want to try paneling, it's really not hard at all. And yeah, I think that big mirror probably hides a couple of my mistakes, but yeah, so happy with it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this little room renovation. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you really soon for another video. Bye.